Hello, friends and adventurers, and welcome to the second annual Grognard and Friends special New Year's Day post-hangover ibuprofen and antacid-fueled episode, where friends gather to explore the area and play Dungeons and Dragons with amazing headaches. A special huge thank you to Chris for running a fun and ironically Easter egg-filled holiday one-shot a few weeks ago. And a special welcome to our friends in Canada, Germany, and the UK for joining us for that holiday episode. It was wonderful seeing many of you again. We hope that all of you have had a wonderful holiday season and a very happy new year. And thank you for being our friends. And speaking of friends, let's check out this week's episode and hangover fuel Grognard and Friends. Happy New Year, friends! As you can see, I'm having webcam driver issues, so instead of my usual Jack Black avatar, we will be going with this disembodied Big Brother Bloodshot post-hangover member of the Residence avatar instead. So, when last we left the friends, they had come back from the trouble-ridden eastern districts, only to find their home base, the Stone's Throw Tavern, sealed shut with a sign posted stating that the tavern was closed, sealed shut, and would be going up for government auction because its owner, one Beauregard Butterbeer, friend and confidant to the friends, had been arrested for crimes against the palace. The friends, after some self-reflection and discussion, soon realized that Butterbeer was most likely arrested because of something they had left at the inn when they went off to the eastern districts. Upon realizing this, the friends set about to rescue Butterbeer, especially after hearing that it was most likely that Butterbeer would probably be executed as a result of the arrest. The friends made some connections down by the docks. Some of them fought in the underground fighting ring that doubled as a theater called the Blood Circus. They found a couple of favorite new taverns to haunt, and Gaius made a connection with a faction of rebels set on taking down the Baron. All of this combined started the formation of a plan to rescue Butterbeer that had been set into motion, so along with a hooded figure from the Blood Circus who might or might not be part of the rebels, who answers to the Grey Shadow, and a disgusting and heavily scarred and deformed little felon named Toad, who seems to have a thing for Calandra, much to Reed's displeasure, the friends had found themselves in a series of tunnels under the Harry Lemon and the city of Seven Rivers in search of a secret tunnel that supposedly led into the prison itself. The friends had found a few that matched this description and have chosen a rather tight one just above a water source that might empty out into either the lake or the river, and just as the friends were beginning to feel confident that they were on their way, they were hit with a rain of spikes that came from a large number of strange creatures hidden among the rocks above and within the tunnel ahead. So, friends, what do you do?
Hail and well met, travelers.
Look for the source
Why
of the
do
spikes.
you spike thee?
What's crack-a-lacking?
You can see these things up amongst the ledges in the tunnel, and in the tunnel itself up ahead. They're somewhere between 6 and 9 feet long and large. They're kind of a cobalt blue, bluish gray, with leathery reddish bellies. They look like a cross between a giant spider, a gorilla, a lizard, and a dog. They have long necks that end in these terrifying heads that look like they have giant fish eyes, and a mouth that just seems to hang down and open up with these large spiked tusks and filled with lots of needle-like teeth and this long snake-like tongue that comes out and whips about. And all over amongst their joints along their back and the back of their head is this very coarse bug-like hair. And they have whipped these spikes at you from somewhere in the vicinity of their tail.
I take out my shield.
Yeah, I haven't had that happen
I
since I had
want
time.
to try something. Well, before
And they like
anyone
that
does
slam
anything, before anyone
Yeah.
does anything, I want to try something with the DM's permission.
Okay, I feel free.
I want to cast Detect Thoughts on one of these things.
Oh, okay. What's the range on that?
That is 30 feet. Is that within... Are these things at least 30
Yeah.
feet above us?
Yeah.
Then the nearest one, I'd like to detect their thoughts.
Butt Trumpet, basically you do the detect thoughts and you hear lots of heavy breathing, and if there's any way of slobbering being transferred into thought, you hear that, and you hear basically a desire for meat and prey.
Gross.
You are hearing a very primitive kind of vicious sort of thought process, but the one thing you are getting from that is that these things are all in connection with each other and seem to have a pack tactic mentality. We are going to start with Butt Trumpet.
Yes. And I'd
I don't
like
think you
to...
counted any. I look at Butt Trumpet having you just cast a spell, right? So I just kind of
Yeah.
I don't think you did anything.
No, I wanted to see if any of them were reasonable, if any of them were scared or hurt or needed anything. Nope, we do not need to feel guilty about this at all. Primitive,
For
predatory.
negotiations.
Nope, we're doing this. And I would like to twin acid splash up there.
Okay, and any particular one? Closest one?
Whatever is closest to me.
Okay.
They have to take a dexterity saving throw.
We'll do a 2.
Nope.
Go ahead and roll your damage.
All right, 4 points of acid damage.
It is Eldred's turn next. He is going to do magic missile at 3 separate ones.
In the shape of fly swatters.
Exactly. And then these creatures are going to fling some more spikes your way. Gaius, 23,
Yeah.
24, a 7, and a 13.
They all miss. Ah, darn. No, the 23 and 24 obviously hit. The others do not.
Okay, oh boy, you lucked out, Snake Eyes. So 4 points of damage for each of those. So that's a total of 8.
8 damage. You.
Who's next behind there? Volda.
Are all of these on top of rocks, or is this a small tunnel that they're like coming
Okay,
in
so they are up on rocks on different levels, and they're in the tunnel straight ahead. No, there's enough of them that I was taking Gaius first because he's first in there. You're second, and then I was just going to go back with who is getting hit where. So we have a natural
Instead
1.
of murdering one of us.
We have a natural 1. We have a 17, a
That just
22, and a 23.
Yeah.
So 2 of those?
The 17 is my AC when I'm holding a shield.
Okay, so 3 hit.
Yeah.
So a 6, a 9, and a 9. So 24 points of damage.
24.
From these spikes that are whizzing and going past Gaius and hitting you.
Oh my god, okay.
Reed is behind you.
I'm really small. Remember that.
So we've got a 22, 21, a 21, and a 14.
Hey, 1 miss. Oh my god.
So a 9, a 5, and a 5. So 19 points of damage.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Eldred gets pummeled with a bunch of them. The only one that... So, Butt Trumpet, we've got a 6, a 7, a 7, and a 26.
Only
Excuse
one,
me, that's 25.
amazingly, only one of those hits, which never happens.
That is 9 points of damage. And,
I can deal.
okay. And Calandra got a few hits. I'll take care of that. Butt Trumpet, give me a perception check real quick.
Yep, just regular perception.
Just regular perception.
Woo, a whopping 5.
It is now Reed's turn.
Okay, quick question.
Yes, sir.
Is the Gray Shadow with us?
Yes, he is. He is to the left of Eldred.
Is there cover? Can I get cover?
If you go back and back around some of the stones, you can.
To say there.
That would be a lot of cover, yes.
Yes. I back up there and I start waving to everybody, and anybody who sees me waving sees a spike sticking out of my cheek, and I hurt really bad. I'm like, help! Come back here.
Reed, give me a perception check, please.
Guys, cast tweezers!
Just poke it
I'm
out
also
with
gonna
like your
take-
tongue a little bit.
Ugh.
I'm also going to take out my bow and take a shot if I.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't do so hot. I got a 6.
So is that basically what you're doing?
I'm gonna take a shot with my bow.
Okay, how are you going to do that?
With my bow?
With you where you've gone, you cannot see any of them.
Oh. Okay. Oh no, I backed up too far. Can I like poke out, take a shot, and go back in? Or does that still not view?
You can do that. You'll have to go at least one more square to the right to do that.
Like there?
Yep. You
Excellent.
can take a shot and then run back.
Alright. So 21 to hit.
That hits.
I'm just hitting the one closest that I can see.
Right, the one that's directly up above you.
Yep.
On the rocks. Actually, it's the one that's in front of Gaius that you would have the best likelihood of seeing from this locale.
Sounds good. 6 points of damage. And then I'll
And
use
then-
my last 15 feet of movement from my cutting action to go back to my cover.
Okay. Gaius, your turn.
Taking a look around, assessing everyone's health and condition. Who is looking the worse for wear?
Possibly
Me.
Reed.
Viv,
The-
and then
and
Reed.
Viv.
Me.
Okay.
Me.
Like,
Okay.
verge of death.
So for whatever reason, I don't see Viv's token on my forge, but I see it on like VMix and everything. Now I
Okay.
can see how bad off you are. So,
Mhm.
and you're right behind me, which is fantastic. So I'm going to trigger one of my features.
His high
Let's see.
cheekbones.
What's that?
Super Saiyan, guys.
No, this is going to be preserve life. What's your halfway mark there, Viv?
My halfway, it would be 33, 16.
Gaius
What?
just reaches into his pockets and then scatters some seeds around behind him onto you, as grapevines erupt up, wrap around you, and start a healing energy wave that bring you back to half of your health.
Amazing.
Then,
All
as a
tinged
bonus,
with a grape flavor.
yes, a delicious grape. It's grape aid or purple stuff, whatever you happen to prefer. See, as a bonus action, I'm going to cast Spiritual Weapon, and forming in the midst of these spine throwers is. How big are these things, Paul? Like, Are they-
Anywhere between 6 and 9 feet long, kind of built like a cross between a big lizard and a spider. They've got 6 legs that are like spider legs, except the ends look like large carving knives that are this
Yeah.
cobalt blue.
No, none of us know why this item has been summoned, but we as players know that a giant can of Raid has now appeared in the middle of these bugs.
Yes! Because I was just about to check.
And everyone,
range
and
for
everyone
poison
turns and looks
spray.
at Everyone turns and looks at guys. Is like, I don't know where these come from sometimes. And then blast. So just you can drop spiritual weapon, Paul, just in the middle
Yeah.
somewhere, and it will target whatever's closest.
Yay!
We'll do the. Do
It looks
that.
very radiant. I like that.
Yeah. Oh, radiant. Good one.
Okay, what was your attack there?
14 to hit.
Unfortunately, that misses.
Okay, so it just starts spraying force damage up into the air and doing not much else. That is my turn. Oh, wow, that stuff smells.
All the fumes.
Uh,
Oh, God.
I think I'm getting a little high.
The aerosol can of force damage.
We don't know what it is, Jan.
It's a mystical object. I don't know what that is.
Is there
magic.
anything else you would like to do there, Gaius?
No, so I'll continue to stand at the front of the party for the time being.
Vivalda, it is your turn.
Yes. If I get too close to that thing that Gaius put out, will it hurt me?
No, it only targets enemies.
Then am I able to get around Gaius and attack some of these creatures that are in the tunnel on the path we're choosing?
Okay, so here's what you could do considering your abilities. You could slide between Gaius's legs, try to squeeze around one side of him, or you could basically do a leaping kind of almost like a parkour to get up. There are like a couple ledges of stone that you could actually get up to about here.
A parkour up that stone.
Okay.
Gaius
That's the
looks
spirit.
back. Gaius looks back at Viv. Shield step, and Gaius
Yeah,
gets
sure.
on one knee and puts the shield up above his head.
I'll go and I'll jump off the shield and we'll push
Okay.
off.
Roll me a dexterity check, please.
Yes! Natural
Okay.
20. 24.
Woot woot.
Butt Trumpet, you having a clear view of Vivalda, clearly see she goes to her right and steps on a stone that's sticking out from the wall, takes the pressure from that, leaps onto, with her next movement, leaps onto Gaius's shield, leaps up one more level of stone, and then across over just above Gaius's head. And then the final leap puts her over here on this ledge of stone in front of these creatures, and she is about ready to attack.
Sweet.
I just take out my long sword as I'm going down and I'm gonna slash at that one right in front of me.
Go ahead. And because they definitely weren't expecting that, take it with advantage. I'm going to give you surprise.
Ooh!
Nice.
Very good. Alright, 17 to hit.
Oh, that just misses.
What?
Yep.
Oh
And
my
it
god.
was such
So
a good jump.
rude. So rude.
Butt Trumpet can tell you they don't have the best manners, at least in their thoughts.
Alright, that's my turn. That's my action.
It is Toad's turn.
Everything's coming up, Toad.
He
Ew.
comes through, slides through Gaius's legs, stands upright, and
hello.
takes a
Oh.
slash. Just goes underneath the can of Raid, and takes a slash at one of these creatures that's up ahead of you in the tunnel itself. The creature with that long neck, it's going right for the neck, but the thing rears its head back, and he just misses.
This is not going well, folks. This is not going well.
The Gray Shadow, having seen Vivalda, makes an attempt to do the same thing in the back there and succeeds, except he comes up on this side, runs forward, and makes two slashes. One is a natural 20,
Oh,
Oh, nice.
and we have a critical. Bear
Yeah,
with
this is
me
why we
here.
brought the guy.
And Vivalda, you can see this because you're at a level that's kind of close in level with him. Basically, the one
Okay.
sword comes down and basically cuts off the head of this long neck, and the thing just collapses and slides down into the tunnel. And the other
Nice.
one, he kind of just slashes up the abdomen, but it's still coming at him. It is Butt Trumpet's turn once again.
first, I'd like to So if I'm looking at this correctly, if I get up on this rock, it won't interfere with where Viv is, and if I do something from here, it should still be like aiming at these creatures.
Correct. How would you be going up there?
Climbing.
Okay. Give me a dexterity check, please. With a natural 20, I am going to say normally you would have half speed to make that sort of distance, but I'm going to say with a natural 20, you made it to the top without any issue and made it up there like you were born to climb these rocks. It just, in your head, you know that you were just very lucky because there were just handholds everywhere that you needed them to be by little just ditches and cracks and crevices and little ledges and stuff. But to everybody else, you look like you cast spider climb, and you are at the top of that stone, and you can now make the attack that you want to take there, Butt Trumpet.
Everyone just heard as my little tiny digits
Oh,
make
more
their way
spiders.
up there.
They're behind us.
So,
Do you have Jack with you, by the way?
what was that?
Do you have Jack with you?
Do I?
Yeah, I think you do, actually.
If permitted, I'd like to see if Jack would be nice enough to help me cast Firebolt, which has a range of 120 feet.
Sure thing. So do you have to make an attack to hit with that?
Looks like I do.
Okay, go ahead. And because Jack is helping you, I'm going to give you advantage on that.
Sick, please work.
Nice.
22!
That hits. So what you do is, Butt Trumpet, you reach up and put your hands on either side of Jack's head. You say, "Go ahead, my friend." And Jack looks at you, smiles, seems to take in a deep breath, and it's almost like he's blowing out candles, except this little bolt of fire goes forward. And what I'm going to do is whatever the damage is on that, add an extra D4 to it, channeling it through Jack.
Yay! 10 points of fire damage.
Very nice.
Nice.
Okay. Is there anything else you would like to do there, Butt Trumpet?
It's alright. If your usual products don't work, we can always bring out the big guns. And I'm good.
Okay.
Not vicious mockery, but makes a statement.
Okay, Eldred once again wings some magic missiles. Vivaldo, you see one come up between your legs and hit the guy right in front of you, and another one kind of goes over by where the gray shadow is and hits him, and another one just goes all the way down the tunnel and wings itself like right around Gaius's head and hit like around Toad and then hits one there. Reed, it is your turn.
I'm going to move over behind Calandra, and I'm going to say, "If you can, heal me, please." And then I'm going to try to take a shot at one. Do I have a vision from here?
You'd have to step out, do it, and then step back.
So I'll probably have to use my cutting action to
But
step out.
what you can do is this. I'm going to let you do it on the way over to Calandra so you're not stepping back and forth. If you want to just run across
Perfect.
the entrance where the tunnel narrows, take your shot as you're going across and then end up with Calandra, we can do it like that.
The one behind like the gray shadow there, can I hit that one?
No, because he's up on the stone way above you, so you don't have line of sight. Because
Okay.
he's about 20 feet above and back off from the ledge. But you could get the one directly in front of the raid can or the one directly above Toad.
Okay. The one in front of the raid can.
Okay. God forbid you help Toad.
Still doesn't trust him.
I just have a better shot at the other one. That's all.
I mean, he doesn't want to hit Toad.
25 to hit.
That hits.
Is that one in melee with anybody?
No.
So the damage is 8 points of damage. And then if I can, since I didn't use my cutting action to move back out, I will attempt to be hidden. I'm just staring at Calandra with the spike on my cheek, and my tears are coming.
Does it look bad?
It hurts so bad.
The creature's turn. Gaius is probably the one who would see this. Up ahead, you see Toad. The thing is like biting into him and shaking its head back and forth like a vicious animal. The same thing's happening to the gray shadow up there as well, as he's getting hit with a number of spikes. Vivalda's next. We have a 1, 24, and an unnatural 20.
Those last two hit.
Okay, a 7 and a 9.
16.
Gaius,
Just to clarify real quick, Gaius, you healed me so I was up to 16, or you gave me 16?
I brought you back to half of your hit points.
So
Would that be
Don't-
round up or down?
Don't worry, I can fix that. I can probably fix that, most likely.
I believe I am down then.
Unless half was 17.
Would you... Do you want to be 17 and put me at 1? I don't know how the math is supposed to work. If it's supposed to be 16 or 17.
if you were at 16, you just got 17. You see Vivalda go down, and Vivalda,
Okay. Yeah.
roll me an 8-sider, please.
No, Paul, just to clarify,
Okay.
when do you round up or down for half hit points?
Down.
Okay.
You round down on
Yep.
basically everything.
Okay.
I got an 8.
Okay, Gaius, you see Vivalda's lifeless body land on the ground in the tunnel directly in front of you.
Oh, unconscious.
Yep.
Unconscious, not dead.
Okay, I'm like,
Hopefully.
Choose your words. Unconscious is their current state unless these things have a stinger that just insta-kills, which, if that's the
Okay.
case, we need to leave immediately.
okay, I'm unconscious.
Gaius, we've got a 1, a 2, a 3, and a 24.
Oh man, they all miss. Weird. Did you say 4 or 24?
24.
Oh yeah, then that one definitely hit.
Okay, that is a 9.
Ow.
And butt trumpet.
I'm dreading this. Continue.
A natural 20, 11, an 8, and a 14.
3 of those hit me.
Really?
Yes. I have a really shitty armor class because I can't wear armor.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. I'm very fucked.
A 4, a 5, and a 6.
15. Fuck.
And now, Gaius, it is your turn.
Delightful. This is going. We need to probably start pulling back, as
Yeah.
guys kind of just scoop in his non-shielded hand, kind of like scoops Viv's body up, and in the process of he's like, kind of no hands to do this one. All right, and all the wounds that Gaius has taken, the blood just kind of like floats off his body, forms into a sphere, and then just washes over Viv, and she is getting Cure Wounds casted on her. Let's see, for how much? 25. It just washes over you, and all of a sudden those, like, giant bleeding wounds are just gone.
Wonderful.
There is definitely some
Am
rough
I awake again?
patches. There's, like, some purple scabbing. It's, yeah.
And you're
You're
drenched in wine.
now. Yes. So I've cast Cure Wounds, picked you up. You're now standing and not unconscious anymore. And then Spiritual Weapon. We should be leaving and maybe dropping the roof on these things.
Sure.
As Spiritual Weapon takes a swing at whatever's, or I should say, sprays whatever's closest for 18.
And 18 is exactly what you needed to hit.
That is a bad number. Okay. And does 8 force damage to...
Okay.
With his words and actions is now, like, taking at least a couple steps back. We should... I think we're a little outmatched.
Yeah, no, this is a bit above our pay
Wrong
grade.
way.
Hopefully our traveling companions
Is it
get
my
back up.
turn?
Yes, it is
Like-
there.
Can I attempt to... You said the gray shadow was getting chewed on?
Yes.
I'm gonna try and pull him away from whatever's chewing on him as I run back to the others.
Okay, he's up. He's up where kind of the level where you were before.
And then is that one right behind him also
Yes.
alive? Can they hold their own?
I mean, if all of us left this particular general vicinity, how big is this space that we're in?
It's pretty narrow, but there's a lot of
Okay.
like stone levels and shelves and little plateaus and such.
Yeah, we'd probably have to be like a bit out of the way for me to take my drastic measure to kind of clear the area.
Ooh, you have a
Is
drastic
there any
measure?
way I can jump up there and maybe kick the one that's behind him away?
Sure,
that he
give me
has
a
a way to get
dexterity
out?
check.
Elven karate.
Elfin karate.
Oh, so close to being a 19. All right, 13.
You basically are able to parkour up there. It's not as seamless and smooth as the last time you did it. But you're able to adjust it so that you end up behind that creature that's behind the gray shadow.
Okay.
So you can do an action there if you wish.
I
And
want to
because-
just push it out of the way.
Okay, well, what I was going to say was when you come up onto the ledge, you're right between him and the end of the ledge.
Okay.
So you have, and being that you're going to be coming up towards it, you know, he's within grabbing distance. And if you make me a stealth, roll me a stealth check here. Just because you're normally fleet of foot.
12.
Yeah, he doesn't seem to be paying attention to you at all when
Okay.
you're coming up.
Then, if it looks like it's easy to grab, then I might just grab and just huck it towards the mass of the others, just so it's out of the way.
You could probably with where you are and the rolls you've done, the most likely that's a pretty far huck, but you could probably toss him down into the tunnel pretty easily.
Can I still, like, mostly out of the way?
It's down the tunnel, so it's like 20 feet below he would be going.
Then yeah, I'll do that.
Because you have his tail to grab, which you notice the end seems to just, it's those coarse bug-like hairs mixed in with all of these spikes that have been flung at all of you.
Yeah.
Okay. Then
Hopefully
yes.
they're like
Do I need to
bees.
roll anything to do that?
Roll me another dexterity check, please.
Don't let me down. Oh, yeah. All right. Natural 20 to huck this
Okay.
thing. I'm
Yeah.
gonna yeet that bitch. Get it out of here.
Yeah.
So Gaius and Butt Trumpet, what you see is Vivalda once again kind of go back and forth between the stones, not quite as smooth as before. There's one or two times where she has to kind of steady herself to move up one, but ends up on this ledge behind the gray shadow next to another one of these creatures that is attacking the back of the gray shadow. And as she gets up there, she's almost ready to kind of fall backwards because her balance isn't perfect. She latches on and grabs the tail of this thing. Its head immediately swings back and looks at it in shock. And she circles it above her head and slams it down into the tunnel with a splat. I am going
Fetch,
to
motherfuckers.
roll a dexterity check for Toad because he's right down there too.
Impressed. Oh, ooh. Ooh.
Not
Hell yeah.
not great, but anyway, roll 20 feet, so roll 2 6-siders worth of damage, we're gonna say.
Roll that attack
Oh,
damage on
God.
Toad.
I didn't want to hit him. I was trying to throw it away.
And add your
6.
dexterity bonus as well.
Oh,
Oh,
gosh.
no, we
You want me to
lost
kill
Toad.
this man. My dexterity bonus?
Mm-hmm.
That's +6.
Okay, so 12. So you hear this thing go down, you hear a grunt and scream, and then you hear a lot of scrabbling and everything, and you hear some growls and some what sounds like rending of something. It's kind of at an angle that you can't really see down there. You continue to hear the scrabbling and the chittering and the growling.
I would just shout out like, let's head back. Let's head back. And I would, as long as they look like they're both able to, then I'd be heading back immediately.
Okay. Go ahead. Move yourself back. If I don't know if you're going back in the tunnel or if you're going to just go to the end of the little. You have the shelf. You have about 10 feet of the shelf you're on, and then it drops down
Okay.
about 5 feet to another shelf until the end, and then you could climb down or jump down or whatever you want to do.
Yeah, I think she could make it back to the party. So I think I'll get her down to here. Does that sound
Okay.
good?
Yep.
She just has her shield up and ready.
Gaius, you hear something land behind you, and you see the gray shadow.
Oh, nice.
But
Hey, we're
Volda-
missing a guy.
Vivola kind of on almost moving like a lizard themselves. You see Toad scrambling down the tunnel. Just his clothes are ripped to shreds practically, and he's got scratch marks and cuts all over him, and he's not looking very good.
Whoops.
I won't lie.
That is
I'm
good.
still kind of impressed, though.
It
He's
was still pretty
disrobing us.
awesome.
Why is he disrobing? Oh my god.
Where are you headed next? So are you going to continue to run back then?
Think so. I think
Yeah.
we're just retreating out of here.
I think spiritual weapon will kind of just keep them distracted as best it can.
You know, if we don't want to take any other ideas. Sure.
What do you got? What do you got, Christopher? Yeah.
If we get, enough out of this particular vicinity and more into this little
Yeah.
split area, I could attempt to fireball the fuck out of them.
Yay!
Sure. I'm up for anything at this
Um,
point.
That'll be. You know what? It's a great distraction too. Fireballs.
Cool. Then everyone
Giant-
would need to get the fuck further back where in this little split here so that, you guys don't get any fallback from this and you need to be behind me.
Yep.
Eldred says,
Roger that.
hold on, look. And he points back down the tunnel.
Behind us?
The way you came, where you came from, yeah.
Okay.
Do we see anything?
You see a lot of darkness, and you basically see, the only movement you see are a couple of these things in the tunnel, kind of keeping at just past the edge of your light, and just stopping and watching.
Motherfuck.
So we got the ones in front of us that we were just fighting. We got ones behind us where we just
No.
came from.
No, you've got ones where you just came from, none in front of you. You have made it back. You were on your way back to the ledge over the water. And what Eldred was pointing out was the things aren't necessarily following you. They're just keeping an eye on you at the moment, but they're not continuing to attack. They're staying at a distance. It's like,
They're
get away from.
territorial.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So do we just attack them from afar then? But then they can
I
still
don't-
hit us from afar.
Yeah, their range is pretty good. Yeah, sorry, I'm a little fuzzy. There was something about saving kids or something.
Yeah.
Well, how did I didn't drink too much. I know I didn't do that because my head isn't pounding.
All just coming back to you now.
Well, it kind of is a little fuzzy. Like I remember we went to go find Reed, save some. There was something about saving some kids after that, and it's kind of a little foggy. And then next thing you know, giant bugs.
Eldred goes, can we walk and talk and balance on ledge as we do this?
I guess so. I just don't know where we're going.
I don't either, except
don't
maybe
either.
the fuck away from these things.
True.
I mean,
Very true.
yeah. All right, let's shimmy.
Okay.
Did we, Paul? Did we feel like
Could
we
be shimmy
needed to go
protocol.
that way? Now we need to find a way around, type deal. Is that what we're thinking about?
Vivalda has found a number of tunnels similar to this that do not match the normal thieves' tunnels that you have been traveling. These look like other tunnels that, and ways that aren't part of the thieves' tunnels that you've been traveling. Last session, you decided that this was the one that you decided to take.
What fools we were.
So which tunnels were the other ones that I discovered?
You found one branched off, like when you go around the ledge, the ledge then opens up onto a little wider bank along that waterway, and you go
Right.
down to where there's that very mineral, thick, yellowy brown, muddy water pool, and there was another tunnel to the left of that. And then if you went down a little further along the waterways and went down around the tunnel there, if you remember, you came down a tunnel that had one tunnel went north and branched off into two that looked like the one definitely had a collapse. The other one was incredibly tight, and you weren't sure like Gaius would make it through there, and you were a little concerned it might even get tighter down the road from that. But then between there and here, there was another tunnel that looked promising as well, but this is the one you chose.
So we
Okay.
do have like other options that
Yeah.
would work. It was just a matter of eeny, meeny, miny.
Vivalda found 4 other tunnels. The one all the way, the first one you found was totally collapsed. That's definitely collapsed. The one next to that looks partially collapsed and incredibly tight. You've got one that branches off of this one. Like, not this one, but if you go back to where all the water is and kind of the coast of where the water is, there's another one that branches off of this. And then if you go down along the coast, like about 30 feet, there's a tunnel that then goes up into another one of these, but then also branches off to the west back the way you came.
Which
Well,
one?
I-
We need to be
I
heading
can-
north, right? Okay.
Was the partially collapsed one also heading north?
Yes.
I do have the ability to move about 5 foot of loose soil at a time. It'll be a process, but that tighter area isn't necessarily a complete no-go for us.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think we can try either one.
Yeah, it's real tight, and Gaius like points at the ground and just no, he like takes a knee, puts his hands in the dirt at our feet, and a 5 foot cube of dirt just kind of like moves up and out and slides over. He's like, kind of like that.
Ooh.
So
That
Viv,
is-
you know the one with
and
the
then it slides
partial
back in.
collapse was a pretty far distance back the way you came. You will say that you've been everyone give me a dexterity check, please. Basically, just don't roll a 1.
Well, you
right before we
just
do that,
jinxed
I
it.
kind of look at Kalandra and Gaius, and I'm kind of like, hey, anybody fix my face? Can anybody fix my face?
Yeah, listen,
This really hurts.
Toad is also bad off. Once we get off the ledge and we get to somewhere, I'll heal everybody up.
So I rolled a 1.
Okay.
Natural 1 plus 4.
Okay, so as you're going along the ledge, you see you see Vivalda hit a stone that goes out from underneath her, and she just falls down about 10 feet into the water below, and she's just kind of flailing a little bit and falls down into the water. And you see, before she comes up, you see a little grape slick, and then she bursts through it.
From the healing lines you were coated in. Instead of like
Oh, I
an
thought
oil slick, a grape slick. You know,
Oh.
I see.
Did she
Going
fall into
over
a
the
big
water.
pool of wine?
It was.
Yeah.
I hate to say this because it's such a horrible pun, but it was for flavor. I'm sorry.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
okay. Yeah, so
Yeah.
for flavor, Gaius shoots his hand out and a grapevine whips out. Sorry, this might sting a bit. And casts the cantrip Vine Whip, which, if I am able to hit her with it, will pull her to me.
Okay,
At
go
least
ahead.
5.
Roll it to hit. Depending on how far over the target AC you hit, it will determine if it causes any damage or not.
Ew, I don't think I hit them at all. 13?
My
Nope.
AC. No, yeah.
It just splashes in the water near her.
Grab it!
Can I try and
Can't she
swim
let
to it?
herself?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, just give me a dex check and I'm going to give you advantage because it's pretty easy.
Says 19.
You get it. You're able to. Guys is pretty strong and you're pretty light. I'm going to say he's able to get you up there on the ledge, or it's up to Gaius. He can just, as you're holding on to it, wait till he gets off the ledge further down the path onto where things open up a little bit, and he can just kind of
like
pull you ashore.
drag her through the water.
Yeah.
Hey, you're not getting eaten by anything, right?
I mean, we can kind of do like a rock wall climbing thing if that's possible, just so I'm out of this.
I mean, all right. You're in the situation, so Gaius just starts retracting the vine,
Okay.
and it starts
And I'll
climbing
hold
up.
on to it and
Okay.
like
Yeah.
as strong grip as I can, kind of
Yeah.
walk along the wall below him as
Yeah.
well.
Okay.
You can see the vine just kind of like snaking back up his sleeve, like it's a magic trick or something.
No problem. We'll say you're able to do that without a problem.
Yeah.
You do
Wonderful.
notice, Vivalda, this water seems to be... You're not sure if it's just incredibly salty, incredibly minerally, but there's kind of a weird consistency to this water.
Ew.
Okay.
Gaius just kind of leans in. He's like, "That smells weird."
Yeah, it does. I know. That's why I wanted to get out of it. All right.
Is it weirder than the bucket was?
Does it have like
No.
any sensation on my skin? Like, does it make my skin feel dry or like?
Yeah, a little
like-
bit dry, a little tacky also.
Oh, okay.
Feel a bit of a residue, a sediment.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Oof.
You're looking a little gritty.
Yeah.
Yeah, big googly eyes, and all of a sudden your hair's turning bright orange.
Into it.
Real monster.
Okay, so we'll say you're back to you get back to the section where there's that pool of real muddy, real minerally water, smell of rotting vegetation, like very swampy kind of smell to this pool of water. And then just a little bit further down is another pool of water that just kind of looks a little brackish more than anything else. And at this area, if you look off to your left, there is a tunnel that goes up towards the north kind of as well. But Vivalda, you know that all you have to do is get around that one pool of brackish water, and there is a tunnel off to the left that goes up a little bit, and before it branches off to the left again, back the way you came, there's another one of these kind of strange... Calling it a tunnel is a bit of an exaggeration because they're much more narrow than regular tunnels. But there's another one of them right over there. Not
Is this the
dissimilar
one
from the one over, by right where you are here.
Is this the one that Butt Trumpet and Viv went through?
Yeah.
Okay.
The one,
Um,
I believe it was the one that if you go down on the other side of that brackish pond and up that tunnel, that's the one I believe that Butt Trumpet and Vivalda went up a little bit.
all right. Shall we try this one?
Well, I would like to propose just a quick halt.
Of course. yes.
Looking at Reed and Toad, I'm like, some people are kind of still bleeding all over themselves. Just a
Definitely.
touch.
Thank you.
I am also not
so
doing
much.
super great.
Oh, you know what? What is Butt Trumpet currently wearing? Are you in your heist gear?
I think I am.
Yeah, it's it hides the blood real well. I didn't even know you were hurt. But okay, everyone, kind of gather up.
I taste
I'm well
copper.
aware that Reed, you do have some spikes sticking out of your face. We'll get right on that.
Butt Trumpet and Vivalda noticed that Jack actually has quite a few spikes sticking out of him as well.
No.
Ooh. Does he look like
Your
he's in
puncture wounds.
discomfort at all?
You see him moving his mouth around like it's a very weird sensation for him.
Aw.
So as everyone gathers around Gaius, time to just
Friendship circle.
group hug. No, wait, let's not make this weirder. Gaius down on the knee, rests his hand on the ground, and just like, give my friends the vitality they need to continue this journey. And once again, in this case, a wave of purple shoots through the ground, rippling, and
Purple
vines.
what?
A ripple of purple.
Oh, okay.
Purple ripple?
Okay.
Purple ripple. Purple
Yeah.
ripple.
Grape stuff ripple? I don't
Gotcha.
Anyway, and vines start growing out and wrapping around everyone that has been injured, and mechanically we're going to start healing people. I have a full minute to do this, so for every 6 seconds I can do this, because that's a round of action. So 10 times. I can do this 10 times.
Okay.
Who is the most hurt? Just so it's Toad. How bad is Toad?
I think it's
Toad is hurt
Toad
pretty
and-
bad.
Okay.
How bad
All right.
is Vivalda and Reed?
Reed and I seem to be pretty close to the same amount of not good.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what I'll do, let's just do Reed Butt Trumpet first. So
Was that 8 or 12?
you get both of those. So you get 20.
Oh, sweet. Thank you.
And how are you looking
Does the
now?
spike fall out of my face?
Oh yeah, it definitely just kind of like squirts out, and then just a little bit of blood goes with it, and then
Ah.
and it just kind of like seals up. Yeah.
Thank you. My bacon was going to fall out of my cheek if that didn't.
Either that, or
What?
you could have gotten a really cool stud to put in it.
Yeah.
I already got the thing on my forehead. I don't know. I don't need any more facial
Yeah.
stuff.
Butt Trumpet gets 21 healing.
Yay!
By the way, when
Like,
you
see the vines
gathered
just-
everyone around there, guys,
Yeah.
I am told that Kalandra came in and basically dogpiled on everybody with a big, squishy, kind of big, passionate hug.
Okay, I'm magicking, please. You see, like, the vines, like, around Butt Trumpet, like, adjusting their clothing, like, putting their, like, the hood that went askew back into place.
Oh,
And,
I would
you got
definitely,
21 points of healing.
awkwardly position myself between Kalandra and Toad, like block him off from the hug.
Yeah. Like, how's Viv holding up now?
She's doing okay. Could be better, but
It'd be better.
the
Okay.
priority should be Reed and Butt Trumpet, I think.
Well, I gave them both 20 and 21, so I'll give
Okay.
you at
I'm
least
not
one
too
hit
bad anymore.
at 16. That was just a very good roll. Did the ghost
I'm at max.
take any
I'm
damage,
good.
Paul?
Yeah, he definitely took damage. It's just
Not as bad
Uh,
as Toad.
right. Toad is kind of pretty messed up.
Okay, so for the ghost, just to get him out of the way, 14 points of damage. Like, my
Okay.
vines approach, and they're like much more careful about like seeing where the damage is, and kind of like just briefly touching and like healing, and then like whipping away. And then when it gets to Toad, they all just kind of like circle, and it looks like they're confused about where they have to start fixing this person. And they all just kind of erupt around him at once, which will give him. I'll give him a double dose. 21,
Okay.
as it kind of like wraps and squeezes and then pulls away, and then like they go into like adjust his like clothes. You see one that's kind of like, because you said all of his stuff is all torn up,
Yeah.
like trying to like, they're like tying knots to get like the shirt to close because they don't know what else to do for this person. Then they go, oh, Jack is damaged. We gotta get Jack. And then just a couple vines go over for Jack, and then just kind of like gingerly pluck it out all over, and then just kind of like pat it on its head, and then just kind of like snake away.
And you notice that the little holes in the pumpkin flesh just kind of fill up and scab
Yeah.
over.
And you see one where like a little vine pops out, maybe like a grape's hanging on it. I don't know what happened
We
there.
can do that. I like that. That's good.
So for all practical purposes, most people, is anyone still really messed up?
I think
Like, out of
Kalandra's
character.
kind of hurt.
Doing my Disney princess healing moments.
Oh yeah, is Kalandra?
Kalandra has taken a little bit of damage.
I'm probably feeling about 75% or so of my normal self.
All right.
Kalandra's
So
doing great now.
Okay. And then I too need some healing. So let's. Yes, I do give myself the worst one. I'm good. Yeah, and then I'm the last one. The vines just kind of like come over and like you can tell this is more like casual friend kind of thing because they just like grab my head, look around, move it like not gingerly.
Kind of phoning it in.
Yeah, kind of just like look at it, just like slap me, just like heal things and pull away. I'm like, come on, guys, this is unprofessional.
Like, if they could make noises, they'd be going, eh.
Yeah, well, they do. You can definitely see someone do like the vine thing, kind of like shrug. I'm like, meh, good enough. And they all just kind of like just zip back in the ground. I'm like, oh, all right. Spell's getting some attitude, apparently. All right. Anyway, Viv, back to what you were saying. Sorry, I had to do get everybody
Tunnels.
back.
Don't apologize. Yes. Perhaps this one, Bot Trumpet and I were venturing it earlier, but then we thought we would try the other way.
So is the plan to be the one that kind of branches off of what, not too far from where you just came back, or go back a little bit the way you came, the one that you and Butt Trumpet probably explored before a little bit?
I think the one me and Butt Trumpet explored before, because
Okay.
I'm not remembering the other ones that are being
We
mentioned.
clearly made it out of that one alive, so.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's a positive thing, yes.
and this one heads north.
Yep, absolutely. So you go up there. There are a couple moments where things get a little hairy because it's really, really tight. And like, for instance, Gaius has to kind of turn to the side and such. There's only a couple places like that. It's pretty much you're able to go single file, and there are one or two places where you can actually go, two abreast. You're heading up there. It's switching back and forth.
Oh, you know what, Viv? We kind of put it on the back burner. I'm kind of fuzzy how I got here.
You don't remember the children?
I remember going after Reed, and then I kind of remember, like, we need to save the children is the thing.
It is
And
right.
it was kind of fuzzy. It was like a door opened or something, and then I know we had to save Reed, but we also had to save children or something, or help them.
So
Or-
yes, you and I went to look for Reed. These creatures, I think, hypnotized you and Reed into doing their bidding of some sort. I don't know. You guys mentioned you heard voices, but I could not hear these voices.
Is
Reed?
that what happened? I was hypnotized? I don't know.
I don't know. I wasn't in your head.
You also got petrified as well, Reed.
Oh, it looks like you got better.
You
Yes.
turn your back for 5 minutes, which turns into 3 hours.
Well, I got a little lost, but I do remember them saying that they were going to... I don't know who was talking, because it was kind of like a voice in my head. But I heard them saying that they were going to help me be more of a hero and help you guys out more. So,
Did they offer you power? 'Cause that's not usually a good sign.
No,
Mm-mm.
not power.
Okay.
Just like they were going to... They had something for me, but I don't know what it was. I didn't get that far. I kind of...
They weren't specific.
Well, they also
No.
surrounded us, and they were these large creatures. Do you remember the creatures?
No.
They
no.
kind of look like shellfish, crayfish.
Yes, and had tentacles, and Reed touched
Oh man.
one of the tentacles, and that's what petrified him. And on
Okay.
our way out, you actually spoke to one of the creatures. And
I did?
you told them, yes, you told them that we would be back with our friends. And they let us go because you said you'd be coming back with more people, essentially.
Mhm.
So I can
Oh
only
yeah, that
imagine.
sounds bad. That's
I
so
can
terrible.
only imagine that these creatures lure people there to consume them.
Whatever
Definitely
sick,
something.
twisted god would come up with creatures like this must really love his craft.
And target children as well.
Also that, which is way more important.
Yes.
Eldred says probably a father of some sort.
Mm. A dark
But more
undersea
importantly-
kind of father?
Oh my goodness.
There are children dying. There are
Yep.
people being lured to their deaths, and you two would have been lured if I had not been there. And I don't know why I wasn't lured like you two were. If it's because I'm an elf or something.
Well, I mean, your people have a propensity to not be charmed, right? Like
I believe so. I
thing,
think
right?
if we'd have some sort of advantage as to not be charmed of some sort.
That has to be it.
Definitely a distinct possibility.
That's terrifying.
Well, the
It's
good
something
news
I
is we had Viv there, and we're good now. And
Yes.
Reed, if we hear voices in our heads telling us to wander down into the sewers, just say no.
Okay, you got it.
Just
Okay.
say no to sewer demons.
Just say no to sewer voices.
Sewer voices.
Have we ever had anything good come from the sewers?
Well, we did rescue a kid.
All right.
Do we remember
Yes.
what that
But
child
you're
was
right,
saying to us? Did they hear the voices?
Well, didn't you say you saw one of the children was like dead?
Yes. Today.
Mm.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, they
It's almost
refer to
like
them.
It's
Go
almost
ahead,
like
Reed.
it's almost like the shellfish were like the way you described it. It was like using the dead child or something like a
Bait.
Puppeteering, one of my least
Okay.
favorite forms of entertainment. They're just creepy.
I love these Gaius facts.
Hey, those are really unnatural.
Yeah,
On the way out, there was
that's why I only
a child.
surround myself with real. Sorry.
Apologies, Viv. You were talking. Continue,
It's
please.
alright. I was just on the way out. There was a child that I saw, face down and definitely dead. So
Ooh.
the creatures are definitely eating them or hollowing them out or something horrible.
Oh, that's even worse.
Hollowing them out.
To put what in? You know what? I don't want to know. This is just reinforcing I hate this city and almost everything in it at this point.
We have to figure this out. This is why we're around this area in the first place. This was part of our whole purpose here. And this is
Well,
terrifying, just how much more it spirals out of control.
well, this is all a part of the issue with poor mismanagement of the city and allowing it to fall into this kind of disrepair.
Well, let's at least try and do our part. First things first, let's take a look at where we are.
You are in the tunnel heading north.
Oh, the
Using
little
your powers
rats that
of
are, and bugs that
perception.
are crawling everywhere are so freaky.
Ugh.
Did you hear that? Sounded like something breathing.
I'm sorry, I was a little winded from earlier.
You did a lot of healing.
I've been working on the nose breathing more, but
Reed,
yeah, it's all that extra cardio I do now.
give me a perception check, please, with advantage.
With advantage. A 20.
Okay. You very easily see that Calandra and Toad have been hit by spikes.
Oh, son of a!
Oh no.
I swear to God!
Okay. Do they like not notice it? Is that a rat running by us? I mean, they like yelp out or something, right?
Right.
No.
Oh,
Right.
mother...
Okay. I kind of yell out. I'm like, I think that's behind us. Something behind us.
Yep. Nope. Hate it. Hate all of it. I signed up for a scouting out project.
Poor Butterbeer. We're never gonna get him out. I'm starting to doubt our mission.
You know, I was thinking actually, I think the stone's throw should be kept going. Regardless. Like, if we can get Butterbeer to have his place there back, that'd be amazing. But I think in the meantime, what was the name of the person who's paying us for that really, really big job?
Which really, really big?
Oh,
The one that's
you mean
We're
Murph?
saying all of this in front of Toad and the Shadow.
I didn't say anything. I take all that back. I apologize. I wasn't thinking. I apologize. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I was thinking of something else. I was focusing. My bad.
Oh, you mean when we saved that one king out in the wild? Yeah, we already spent all that.
We're not supposed to get any more coin.
Yep.
I never have coin.
Okay,
Hey, look, what's coin?
I have put these are actually the same thing as what you saw before. These are a little more accurate.
Are they closer to this size?
Yeah.
Ooh,
Oh my gosh. Big thing
Nat
earlier.
20 initiative. Yeah, they kind of looked a lot smaller earlier.
Yeah. There's like a dog. Yeah, I'm like, oh.
Reed, it is your turn.
Does it look like I only see 3 of them, or?
It's a little bit of a narrow tunnel there. You see the one is kind of blocking the tunnel, so it's hard to see if there's anything past them.
Might be more behind them. Okay. Whoever's next to me there, I look at like Eldred, I guess, and I'm like, should I charge him?
Eldred says, "I'd charge the other way," but as he's trying to kind of back up against the wall there.
Okay.
I mean, he's shaking
I'll
a
cover
little
you.
bit too.
I'll cover you. I will shoot.
Okay.
I'm starting to run out of arrows, guys.
Just use your magic.
Shoot. My magic arrow? I don't have magic arrows. 25 to hit.
They're very good. You hit.
So I'm hitting the closest one to the gray shadow there.
These two are up. This one and this one are up on ledges, and the one in the middle is actually in the tunnel, and it's kind of looks like a stalking cat coming up towards you, except instead of very delicate paws, it's like these giant chef knife like spider legs.
Blech.
And this long neck that's kind of snaking forward with this wide open mouth with all these filled with needle-like teeth, this long pointed tongue, and the mouth just kind of opens up, and it's got these two weird fish eyes, and this coarse bug hair coming out of the back, almost like a mohawk mane going down its neck, and the neck is just kind of swaying back and forth, kind of keeping an eye on you as it's moving. You know, kind of.
Are you
forward.
describing that one as being different than the others?
No, this is what they all look like.
Oh, they all look okay. I didn't know if that was like
they
Captain
all
Monster.
have that kind of GQ, kind of man about town sort of look.
Yeah. Dice turns to the gray shadow and Toad. What the hell is wrong with your town?
All right. So I shot
Toad
the one
looks at you and
up
goes,
on the left.
I don't know what you're talking about, dude. Look at me.
You're fine, man. That is what I'm complaining about.
I don't know. Maybe they're running for politics. Who knows? Can we stop the bottleneck?
Yeah. Paul,
Yes.
I shot it for 8 points of damage.
Yep.
The one up on the ledge closest to Gray Shadow.
Uh-huh.
And then I want to like physically switch places with Kalandra so that she does not get hit.
Okay.
And I kind of just tell everybody, I'm kind of like, we should probably run again, right? Forward? That way? Viv?
Yes.
And, then,
Yep.
and that would be my turn. Yes.
Okay.
I'm trying to block Kalandra from getting hit. So
Toad steps in front of her too.
God, this guy.
Get the fuck out of here!
I got this. God, such an ass.
All of a sudden, Reed, once Toad entered into the picture, Reed turns into Napoleon Dynamite.
Oh,
Butt trumpet is your turn.
I'm trying to gather whether I can kind of step up on this rock right to my side to kind of be able to fire over Kalandra, if possible.
Okay. That shouldn't be a problem.
Yes. Cool. And I'd like to, because I'm at 5th level, I'd like to fire Eldritch Blast, and it's 2 beams at 5th level. So I'd like to fire at the 2 guys on the ledge.
You should definitely rename that
Will?
Eldred Blast.
Will y'all fuck off? Please don't suck. 19?
19 hits.
6 points of damage. Nee!
Did you hit the same one I did?
Yes. You got the ones on the ledge, right?
Yeah, the one closest to the Great Shadow there.
Gaius, is your turn.
Oh, you know what I hate? When things are sneakier than us. I will show you the field, Paul. It's not exact, but it's 20.
enough.
Yeah. It'll get them, and if there's anything behind them, like I'm trailing it back behind them,
Okay.
it's a 20 foot cubed. Well, let's put some light on this situation, and I need them all to make a dexterity saving throw, Paul.
So we've got 13, a 17, a 21, and a 3.
So the 21 saves.
Okay.
The rest fail.
Okay.
As all of a sudden, dragonflies appear out of nowhere, trailing lines of what you realize are like glowing vines, and then start wrapping them around the 3 that failed, giving them an ethereal purple glow as I cast Fairy Fire.
Okay.
And now everyone has attack advantages on those 3 in particular. We should probably still fall back as we hurt these things.
Yep, all for it.
Or fall forward. I think technically we're falling forward. And once again, Gaius matching actions with deeds. Well, let me remove that
sweet.
first.
Look how glowy purple they are.
Will start making his way up the tunnel.
So is anything else, Gaius?
No, so that was my main action, and then I moved. I do not have the ability to cast a bonus action spell after casting a primary one like that.
A rat just ran across your path, Vivalda.
Ah,
Reed, does a 7 hit you?
No.
Okay.
Come on, I'm not that bad.
Hey, I just...
I know my armor class is not great, but...
No, you're fine. I was just saying, okay, so a spike wings by your head and clatters off the stones. You see one...
You missed me.
You see one hit Toad,
Ooh.
who is, by the way, seemingly trying to block you and protect you, thinking, not knowing that you switch places with Kalandra.
Oh. Weird. What are you doing, Toad? What's going on?
He kind of does a double take and he's like, oh, okay, sorry. Or excuse me. Yeah, sorry. Yeah. Takes a step to the side and goes, go, hop to it.
Thanks, I guess.
Yeah, no, like I said, I moved back, I cast the spell. That's all I had for the time being. So it is
Okay.
whoever in the order next.
Okay, it is the Gray Shadow. Oh, nice. So he hops to one side, hops to the other side, and then grapples this thing, and the 2 of them fall down to the ground in the tunnel, kind of a lot closer to you and Toad there,
Yeah.
Reed. And you see he has a blade stuck in the chest of this thing, but it's working on righting itself at the moment. It's Eldred's turn. Eldred is doing his best to kind of get back in this corner and kind of hide.
Fly, you fools.
No!
Toad jumps forward and starts stabbing at this thing.
Yeah, get aggressive, Toad. Go for it.
I'd love it if, like, the more likable and helpful Toad gets, the more you, like, just poke holes in it. Like, yeah, I mean, like, you know, I would have done it differently, but yeah, that was pretty cool. Like, I wouldn't have done that, per se, but...
Vivalda, is your turn.
Don't
Oh,
steal my thunder,
wonderful.
Petro.
Okay. So they're up high. I think, is Kalandra and Reed kind of in the line of fire if I were to take out my longbow?
No, I think you could probably. You have a line of sight on the one that is on the ground that is with the gray shadow.
Okay.
If you roll horrendously bad, we may have to see if, like, if you roll a 1, we're then going to roll again to see if it might have hit. The reason it failed was because it hit Reed on the way there.
Okay,
But-
what about this one that's up on the rocks? Do I have a clear line above, like, Eldred's head to hit that creature up there?
That's going to be a quarter cover on that
Quarter
one
cover,
because you've
okay.
got these stones that are kind of blocking the way there. Which is
Okay.
why none of the spikes have come further than the Gray Shadowed, Toad, Reed, and Calandra.
Then I'm going to try and position myself a little bit better so that I can have a more clear shot without hurting Reed.
Okay.
So would that be like about
Yeah.
here? Would
Yeah,
that
that'll
be better?
be fine. That'll be fine.
Okay. So I'll just move 5 feet and I'm going to take a shot with my longbow. And then is this the purple one? So was it advantage on the purple one?
Yes.
Because that was a thing that, yes, Gaius, I think, did. Wonderful. 22 to hit.
Yep, absolutely.
Sweet.
Wonderful. Nice. That'll be 12 piercing damage.
Die, die, die.
And with the rest of my action, I will move further down this way, closer to Gaius.
Calandra is going to be moving back towards you, and in the process of that, casting Bless on Vivalda, Gaius, Butt Trumpet, and Reed.
Aw. We're all
You'll-
hashtag blessed.
So you'll you'll have advantage on attacks and saving throws.
Very nice.
Is there such a thing as double advantage?
No.
Triple advantage.
Don't look a gift DM in the mouth.
Ugh.
It's just the DM's just an eyeball tonight. I don't know what to do.
Yeah, this
I don't
could
know
get-
where to look. Where should I look?
The eye is everywhere.
When they say look them in the eye, I kind of there's options now.
Hey, cleric, my eye is up here.
It's all of you.
Yes, it is. It's also down there to the left and to the right.
Okay, so that's Calandra. We are back to Reed.
Awesome. I draw the debt collector. And
Gonna
do
collect.
I need to move, or can I reach purple guy from where I'm at?
You-
I'm gonna move
yeah,
there.
that's perfect.
And I attack. Advantage. Oh, really? Take it.
Unfortunately, that
14.
misses.
Wait. Is the thing grappled? Does that help? No. Take it.
You already had advantage, unfortunately.
That's what I was. Yeah, okay. All right. And then I'll use my cutting action to disengage.
Butt Trumpet is your turn.
All right, I'm gonna yeet another Eldritch Blast at purple guy.
Okay, the one that's been grappled on the ground that everyone's been attacking?
Yes, I want
Okay.
to add to the suffering.
Okay.
Really? I get advantage on an attack, and this happens?
That's what I just did.
Like,
Nice.
why? No!
What else would you like to do there, Butt Trumpet?
Hang my head in shame and wait
Okay.
for my next turn.
Okay.
Go to your corner.
Gaius, sir.
Ah, yes. Looking around, seeing how his casting has worked somewhat okay. He's targeting the one that's being grappled, and it needs to
Because
make a
fuck
wisdom
this
saving
guy.
throw.
Okay, so you target him.
Yep, you need wisdom saving throw. Or
Okay.
or.
And what's the spell?
Oh, it's everyone's favorite.
Could you give me a name? He
Toll
rolled
the
a
Dead.
2, by the
Toll,
way.
oh, sorry. Oh, it's Told the Dead. We only hear like an but that thing hears a wah. And oh wait, it's missing hit points, so it'll take some D12 damage. So 19 necrotic damage as jets of blood just shoot out of its ears as this thing is rocked by my Toll of the Dead.
All of you kind of hear a ringing almost like through the stones, kind of like when you can kind of channel radio stations through the bones in your jaw kind of thing. You see the thing on the ground that Toad and the Gray Shadow are beating. It was flailing before, but now it seems to almost be vibrating, and the head finally just pops like a burst tomato.
Oh! Oh! That was more violent than I thought it was going to be. It's been a while since I used that one. Next.
They have a new attack.
As Gaius just glares at the other ones that are glowing, he's like, yeah? Want some more?
You want some? Do you want a piece of me?
I could do this all day. And I'm done, by the way. Yeah.
Crap, they can't hit us broadside of a barn right now. Okay.
Well, their cousins in the
Good.
other tunnel were doing some work, so.
Okay, so it is the Gray Shadow's turn. You see him
And also,
take 2 shots at this one directly in front of him and basically crisscross cuts across the throat of this thing. It's still up and moving around, thrashing about pretty wildly, but he definitely made a connection there. Reed, you see
sword.
Eldred peek around the corner and kind of with his fingers goes pew pew, and a number of fireball magic missiles come out.
Ooh, neat. Eldred behind him just hears me go, ooh, neat.
neat.
I never get to see that.
Actually seeing Eldred in combat for a change.
Yes.
Instead of
It's
a
like
instead of
dick.
magic missiles coming out of nowhere.
Yeah. I move out of the way, assuming he's going to run by me after he does it.
Oh, Eldred's right in front of you, like pressed up against in this little niche between big boulders.
I was going to say, is he protecting
easy.
Reed as well?
Yeah, he's basically right in front of Reed.
Oh, oh shit, it's Reed. Never mind.
After he does it, Eldred looks back at you, Reed, and goes, "Oh, I'm sorry. I thought Calandra was behind me."
Everyone wants to save Calandra.
Speaking of which, Toad lays into this one in front of him with a short sword and a dagger. The short sword misses, but the dagger seems to make a connection somewhere like around the head, drawing a little bit of blood. And Vivalda, we are back to you.
I see that it's still quite difficult because people are in the way, but we also should still be going. Am I able to kind of climb up this rock here and get a good look at this monster over here? The giant pink one?
Sure, give me a
Or
dexterity check, please.
okay,
Alley-oop!
we got this.
As Gaius
We got this, Viv.
gets his shield
Oh,
and
hey,
he
you're
takes it. It's
here.
like, hey, I'm standing right next to you.
Let's do it again. It worked
Yeah,
so well last
Captain
time.
America, Black Widow combo here.
Do I get advantage because he's helping?
Sure.
Are we still blessed?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that lasts
there's
to the
that
end of
too.
combat.
Still
Okay,
hashtag blessed.
22. Hop on
Well,
Guy's
today.
shield.
Yeah.
Jump up there. Gonna take out my longbow and I'm gonna shoot the guy. Hold on, does bless? It gives you advantage on all attacks and saving
Yep.
throws?
Yep.
Oh,
So
hold on,
you'll have
what?
advantage from the fairy fire, and then you have the D4 added on, yeah, for bless.
Okay. Ooh.
Bitches.
Oh, bless is a D4.
You are
It's a
rolling
D4.
the nat 20s today.
Anyway, does a natural 20 hit 26?
Let's say you didn't even land yet. You just fired that while you were still flipping through the
Okay,
air.
so I just rolled a natural 22, which means that you made a critical. So give me a second.
Oh.
here.
Oh,
Ooh.
a critical.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, very nice.
So how did it look? Like, I
Okay,
flip
so
Viv off the shield. She does like a backflip and fires off and it's still midair.
So you were going after the bright pink one up on the ledge?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So
The king, the glowing one.
I am King Liberace. You see
Oh, we just did.
Viv kind of step up onto a stone, up onto Gaius's shield, who gives her an alley-oop. She does kind of just a quick step off another stone over onto this ledge. As she catches it, she whips around, flings an arrow. It quickly makes his aim true and hits roughly where the one chef's knife like leg attaches to the body, severing it. The leg falls off. The thing misses, kind of scrabbles for footing, and falls onto its back in the middle of the tunnel. So,
Bitch.
and as a result of that, I need you to roll your damage doubled plus an additional.
Wait,
This bitch is dead.
33 successes? Or,
No, 3.
I was going to say. It was like,
That also takes into account the missing of a limb.
Paul, would you like me to roll as normal and then double it, or roll as critical hit?
Roll as a critical hit.
Okay. That came to 14.
Okay.
And then you said how much again for the fall damage? Was it 3d6s?
3d6. Yes, please.
All right. That is an additional 12.
26, respectable.
Anything else you would like to do, Vivalda?
Can I perceive these guys over here?
Sure. Why don't you give me a perception check with advantage, please?
Sounds good. I love to hear that. Advantage.
These baboon-looking ass spider motherfuckers.
14.
Yep. You notice one up on ledges on either side of the tunnel, and you see one coming around the corner down below of the tunnel towards your group.
We're surrounded. I'll call out to them all. I think that's all I can do for this turn.
Okay.
Because 2-weapon fighting, that's only for like short swords and stuff, which I'm using my bow right now, so I don't think I can't fire another arrow, right?
Do you have that ability at your level?
I don't think so. My bonus actions are just like the high disengage, so
No
I'll
problem.
just be here. I'll be ready to go again in a moment.
Kalandra takes his turn and kind of moves into the niche of rock, kind of behind Gaius. Did you climb back down there, Butt Trumpet?
Yes,
Okay.
If you need that to be my movement for the beginning of my next turn, that's fine.
No, that's fine. We can deal with that during your turn.
Okay.
Reed, it is your turn. You are there behind Eldred, and you can, if you stick your head out, you can see what's going on.
So if I get there, I can attack the one in front of the gray shadow.
Yep.
Awesome. That's what I'm doing.
Okay, go ahead.
Collector, do something. 21.
That hits.
Excellent. And we get sneak attacks.
Yep.
All right. 16 points of damage.
You run up, and as the Gray Shadow is lifting up his arm with his sword, you just kind of reach through there with the deck collector and kind of basically just slice the thing's throat, and it just kind of shivers and falls to the ground.
You're welcome. And then I back up.
Okay.
I guess I'll get in front of Eldred. Eldred, do I gotta be behind you? Or can you shoot around me?
I can shoot around you. You're fine.
I do my best to become one with the wall.
And Butt Trumpet, it is your turn.
I am going to yeet acid splash at the first one I see of these new ones.
Oh, the ones up ahead?
Yes.
Okay.
And they need to one of them needs to make a dexterity saving throw.
9.
Nope. That's going to be 9 points of acid damage. Ideally, I would like to have blinded it.
You hear this thing let out this weird kind of scream that's kind of like a cross between a chittering and a
Yeah! Burns, don't it?
Anything else
think-
you would like to do there, Butt Trumpet?
Flipped it off.
Okay, that's a free action. Gaius, it is your turn.
This is going to hurt. As cast Spirit Guardians, as cloaked, ethereal, purple individuals rise around him with ram's horns, and some are carrying scythes and swords and different weapons, begin rippling around him 15 feet in a sphere, basically, as he charges into these guys.
Okay.
So the first three I can see, yeah, so those first three, he's stepping in, and they all need to make wisdom saving throws.
So the two in front of you will be making the saving throws. The two on either side of the one directly in front of you, they're up 20 feet on ledges.
So there's just one I would be hitting.
There's one right behind it that you would be hitting as well.
So there's two in total. Okay.
Correct.
All right, that's fine. So just roll for those two
A
then.
10 and a 12.
Yeah, those both fail. And they'll be taking 11 radiant damage as these cloaked figures dive into them and start stabbing and hacking and clawing at them.
They too let out this horrible scream. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
No, that's good for now.
Reed, does a 17 hit you?
Yes, it does.
Take 7 points of damage from a spike.
Oh. Can I dodge? Use uncanny dodge if I have
Sure. It's straight ahead. You see a mass of these creatures that have moved forward on the Toad and the Gray Shadow. And then up on a ledge above them, one has moved forward and whipped with its tail.
That was half 3 or 4, rounding down, right?
3, rounding down.
Yes. Okay.
Not so bad, was it?
I'm telling you about the
Rounding
next
down
one.
can be a positive thing.
It can be, yes.
Okay. Toad has taken this thing has been grabbing him and is like thrashing its head back and forth, which is causing Toad to kind of get thrown around like a rag doll. There are 2 on the Gray Shadow. One's on you, Viv. Oh. That was a 17 and then rolled over to a 3, so that's an 8.
That does not hit.
Gaius, you have 2 on you. 12 and a 24.
24 does hit.
That is for 6 points of damage. Kalandra gets hit with another spike from the one that's up over your head there, Gaius. It is the Gray Shadow's turn, and he hits with one of his 2 strikes on the one. Eldred reaches around the stone, and by your ear, you see a firebolt take off. You feel the warmth along your face there, Reed, as it goes forward. And definitely makes contact and hits the one that's on the Gray Shadow. Because he doesn't really have he can't really make eyes on Toad and the one he's doing. Okay, Toad. Oh, Toad just whipped twice. He's so busy getting thrown around that he's doing horribly.
Gosh.
Vivalda, it is your turn.
Okay.
Is Toad
I
the one
don't
closer
like
to me
this
or the other
guy.
one?
Toad is he's like directly a diagonal line directly in front of you.
Okay.
Can I attempt to shove this creature off the cliff it's on with me?
Sure, give me a strength check.
Do I still get advantage because of bless or no?
Yep. Yeah, I'll give you advantage. I don't think it's
It's
I think
not
it's only
advantage, it's a D4.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a D4. Do you want me to roll again?
Yes, please.
So I'll do just a regular strength check. Normal. Please roll well. Okay, 12 plus a D4. Okay, 1, so 13 to shove it off.
Oh, to shove. Okay, hold on.
Roll for shoving damage.
Get
I rolled to
off
shove.
of my cliff. This is my cliff.
I can't express how much I love that.
Give me a dexterity saving throw, Vivalda, and you would get the D4 for the bless from that.
And a D4. 15 plus 2, 17.
One of the chef knife like legs. That's like it's the equivalent of basically a 4-foot long chef knife. Looks to try to kind of wrap around you and bring you with it, but you're able to kind of roll, right, like kind of leap and roll and just avoid
cool.
it. And the thing just falls, like falls down into the tunnel on the other, right behind Gaius.
Ah, welcome.
Perfect.
You have now entered my pain zone. So
Well-
please make a wisdom saving throw.
Right. First, Vivalda will give the fall damage of
All right.
2 6-siders. As a matter of fact, where you are, make it 3 6-siders.
Heck yeah.
And a natural 20 for you, Gaius.
Natural 20 for me. What? Oh, the save. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
so
6
nothing
points
happens.
of damage there,
Sure.
Vivalda.
Okay, so the creature will take half damage, even though it's saved.
Okay, and
So
what is
I will
that?
roll some. We'll roll the damage right now.
Okay.
That's it. Accidentally falls into my piranha pool of ghosts. So it's a 9, 4.
Okay.
Rounding down, yeah.
You got it.
So 4 radiant damage.
And Reed, we are back to you.
So I'm gonna dart forward to the one with the arm next to me that's fighting the gray shadow.
Uh-huh.
Does it look pretty hurt? Does it look pretty hurt or no?
It doesn't look touched at all.
Oh. And can I assist Toad here or
Yeah. Yeah, the one that's
From where
on
I'm at, or
Toad
do I
looks
gotta-
like he's been hit a number of times.
I will go after him with the deck collector. 22.
Okay, that hits.
All right. 10 points of damage.
Okay, it's not looking good at all.
And then I'm going to cunning action out of there again. This time I'm going behind Eldred and his nice hidey hole.
You hear Eldred going, "Where are you going?"
Right behind you. There's not enough room in front of you. I got shot over there.
Butt Trumpet, it is your turn.
So I just want to make sure I understood correctly. The one that Viv shoved that ended up behind Gaius, is it still kicking and twitching a bit?
Oh yeah, it's trying to right itself at this point.
Okay, cool. I'd like to prevent that by shoving a firebolt in its face.
Add a D4 to your roll when you attack.
Also, is that thing, so that thing's prone, right, Paul?
Correct.
Advantage on that attack?
Yeah, you know what? Advantage on that attack. That didn't happen. That's a dirty 20.
That's a dirty hit.
It's dirty.
And that's going to be 13 points of fire damage right in its bitch-ass face.
Okay.
I hate these things.
Yeah, they're
I'm
starting to become a
tired
nuisance.
of these motherfucking spider demons in this motherfucking tunnel.
Think what trumpet's gonna snap.
What do you mean going to?
Oh, I'm snapping. I'm snapping. I'm snapped.
Anything else you'd like to do
Hold your
there?
jet's fingers, because I snapped.
Anything else there, Miles Davis?
I'm good.
Okay. Guys, it is your turn.
You got the caffeine
Yes.
shake.
So I need all the creatures within. So I think there's 3 now within my bubble. They need to make a wisdom saving throw. We'll just get that out of the way.
2 1s and a 19.
Okay, so the 19 only takes half of the 20 points I did.
Okay.
So the one takes 10, the other 2 take 20 radiant damage in my piranha pool of eldritch spirits that are just hopping on their backs, like pulling their eyes open, and there's another one's like jabbing them in there with their fingers, and like another one's behind a different one pushing it over. So they all still alive, Paul? Just I need
1 died.
check. Okay. So that's my ongoing spell effect. I'm now going to cast Spiritual Weapon. There's 2 to the front of me, right, Paul? Or there
Yes.
was. That was only the
Yes.
one.
One of them died.
Okay. So yeah, there was 3. I want to cast Spiritual Weapon just kind of in front of me. Spiritual Weapon actually takes the form of what looks like a kind of like glowing wasp thing and just stabs into the front of the first one.
When you
that's
say
the
a
one that's in front
glowing
of-
wasp thing,
Like, you know about those wasps that can like swoop down and carry a spider away? Kind of like that.
okay,
Does a 20 hit it?
absolutely.
Not a natural. Not a natural, sadly.
Okay.
Spiritual weapon does 10 damage to it. Is it still alive?
This is the one that was already there?
Yes, the one that was in the front here.
Yeah, no, it's gone.
Oh, yeah. So spiritual weapon just kind of like stabs in the back, picks it up, and carries it up into the air and like just drops it. And it kind of
Okay.
like splats. And then
Nice.
I turn around to the one that just fell on the ground in front of me, and it needs to make an additional wisdom saving throw.
Here's a new friend.
16?
16 sadly does not save.
Okay.
As Gaius throws the horns at it, and it's a sound that would, oh god, 2 damage. Never mind. It's just like beep, and it's just kind of like 2 1s. Definitely not cool.
Is it
And
prone
those-
because it fell down?
Yeah, it's still prone.
It's prone. It's prone, but
Perfect.
that was my damage roll. That was shit, though. Oh, for you, yes.
Gotcha.
Anything else, Gaius?
So there's only movement wise. There's the creature above that's out of my range, though, right?
Correct. Well, it's out of your reach to physically hit it.
For the yes. So what I'm doing, spiritual weapon is floating up to it because it's still
Okay.
in movement.
Okay, that one's 30 feet above you, so you know.
Okay, yeah. So it's spiritual weapon. It doesn't get all the way there this turn, but it's making its way toward it
Not a problem.
with a very threatening look in its eye. And maybe it's licking its lips. I don't know if wasps have lips, but imagine if it did, it was doing that.
It's the only wasp named
It's
Mick
actually
Jagger.
It's more unsettling than the things we're fighting. Now that
There
I'm
you go.
picturing this in my head. I'm done now.
Okay, so the one behind you that was prone on its back uses its turn to get up and turn around and rolls a 7.
And if it's running away or anything, Paul, it has half its movement speed.
Yeah, no, it got up and you're right there, so it attacked you.
Oh yeah, no, I wasn't sure. I just wanted to remind you because I didn't say it out loud earlier that
Not a
anything within
problem.
the sphere has half its movement speed. So
Not a problem, I appreciate it. Ooh, the one on Toad tags him pretty good. And the 2 on the Gray Shadow seems to do a good job as well. The one up on the on the ledge there wings another one and seems to hit Toad with a spike. It is the Gray Shadow's turn. Did one really well. Reed, what you can see is brings the sword up, opens up the abdomen all the way up to the throat, and just all this gore just pours out of this one as it dies. And that was the last of the fairy fired one. Eldred turns around and reaches around and with his little finger gun goes pew with another firebolt, which just seems to bounce off a wall somewhere. Matter of fact, it was such a bad roll. It was like he didn't even get the full way around the corner. He went pew, it bounced off the stone right next to him and basically hit the stone in between Calandra and Butt Trumpet because it ricocheted back there.
Yeah.
Careful.
Sorry. Toad is still kind of struggling with this guy. And
Yeah.
Vivalda, is your turn.
I'm gonna this one across from Gaius. That one's also on a cliff, right?
Yes. It's about 5 to 10 feet above where you are.
Okay. Do I have enough range to be able to shoot up there, or would it
Oh,
be better for me
absolutely.
to climb? You think?
Absolutely.
Okay, I'm gonna shoot up there.
And you could easily jump across the tunnel to the stone across from you and then just do kind of a climb up the final 10 feet to that. So you have 2 options.
Okay, I think she'll. If I jump here, do I still have enough range to shoot with my longbow?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's only
Okay.
like, it'd only be about 10 feet away from you, a little more than 10 feet away from you there.
I'm gonna try across and then jump up there to him.
Okay.
I'm gonna try and shove it there.
Okay.
Do I need to roll dexterity?
Yes. Now, so you know what's going to happen, you are
Sure.
going to jump to here.
Yes.
You're going to have to run back along the ledge a little bit to be able to reach the spot where you can climb up, and you will actually be behind this guy.
Okay.
You'll end up behind them on the ledge.
Okay. Sounds good.
Okay. So hopefully you can kind of
Which I-
see.
Do you need me to roll anything?
Yes, first give me a dexterity check, please.
With a +4, right?
Yep. Sure.
Ooh.
Oh, you're up there, no problem.
Woo!
Natural 20.
Yeah, you got it.
Okay.
You and the 20s.
I hop
rolling
up
out.
there, jumping across the rocks. I get up there, and once I'm behind this guy, I'm gonna try and just kick him off and shove him off.
Okay. Give
That's
me
gonna be
a
my whole
hit.
thing today. It's just shoving things.
Give me a strength check, and I'm going to say take it with advantage plus the D4 because I'm going to say with that natural 20 you have some momentum in your favor.
I
Oh,
got another
Jesus.
natural 20.
What is going
Here's
on?
the D4.
Okay, so
So
I'm going to say roll 3 6-sided die for the fall and add a 4-sider in there because I think you probably pushed it with such force that you slammed it head first into the wall across from you, and I'll say giving you an
Nice.
extra D4. So 3d6 plus a D4 damage, I'm going to say.
all right, that's gonna be 17.
Okay. Reed, we're back at the top of the order here.
Does it look like Toad is free of that guy?
No, Toad is looking pretty hurt, but the thing next to him is looking a little hurt.
The one I can see right next to me right now, or the one is there
That's
another
on the
one
Great
in front of-
Shadow.
So there's another one right in front of him.
Right, there's one in front of Toad as well.
Oh, I see it there. Okay. Can I get to that one or no?
Yeah.
I'm going to use my deck collector, and then I am going to nine attack roll.
Oh, okay.
That's
No,
a miss.
unfortunately that
I'm
misses.
sure.
But Trumpet,
Alright.
it is your turn. Oh, do you have any movement, Reed, left?
Well, that's the end of my regular movement to get back next to Eldred
Okay.
there. And then I'll use my bonus action to draw my dagger.
Okay. But Trumpet, it is your turn.
So the one that they've shoved, is it still like an approximation of alive and just pulpy?
It's still alive, yeah.
Okay, I'd like to cast magic missile and have all 3 darts hit it.
Okay, go ahead.
I forgot that's instantaneous. It's been a really long time since I did that. All right. Well, each dart is 2 points of force damage.
Okay. And how many darts is that?
3. So he's got 6 in total.
Okay.
Ba-boom, ba-boom, ba-boom.
Okay, anything else you'd like to do, Butt Trumpet?
Just see if I can maybe get over here to this other rock just to give me a little bit more high ground.
You can do that. Give me a dexterity check, please. That one's
By
a
the
little
way,
more...
remember Jack had some kind of flame attack that he shot me in the face with one time? Maybe he has that waiting in there. Just saying.
Light them on
16?
fire.
Yes.
You were fine. You're up there and fine, Butt Trumpet.
Excellent.
Anything else you'd
Butt
like to do?
Trumpet.
Don't
Butt
think
Trumpet,
so.
just
Just
try-
kind of.
Butt Trumpet, try pointing at one of them and say Dracaris or whatever.
For this turn, I am good. I am going to prep for next time.
Guys, it is your turn.
So one thing, when that thing got knocked down into my bubble, it's going to need to make a saving throw. We just, I didn't want to interrupt everybody else.
Not
Put
a
that out
problem.
there.
13.
That is a fail, so I'll be taking a full helping of whatever this will be. 14. Yeah, as it falls in, it just kind of gets gobbled up. But now that it's my turn, they're both going to... there's only 2 creatures next to me, right?
Correct.
They both need to make wisdom saving throws.
16 and a 7.
They both fail, and will both get 16 radiant damage apiece as these entities just come up from behind, get one like a chokehold, while the other one's like punching it in the face. Another one's like, if it had shoelaces, was like trying to tie it together.
Both of them basically crumble.
Oh, they're dead.
Yeah.
Nice.
Excellent. So, spiritual. Is there anything over on this side, Paul, that I see that is not friendly? On my side of the tunnel, basically. Like, do I notice something
Give me
around
a
the corner?
perception check, please.
26.
Okay. What you notice is right about here. You see that?
Okay.
Between the stones seems to be a narrow opening that goes back. That's at this point what you see.
Is it sized for people?
You could probably fit through it turning sideways, but it's not like the rest of this.
But the giant animals would probably have a difficult time fitting through this.
They actually, if they were kind of going sideways as well, could probably You've seen these things that they do have an ability to flatten themselves out a little bit. They're wider than they are high. So if they were to kind of go sideways, they could get through it.
Gotcha. So they
You don't know if they could
All
go
right.
sideways, but that's, I'm just giving you all the options.
All right. Gotcha. Do I notice any other creature? Like, I was, looking up and all that. There's no other visible
There are
creatures.
none above you. The ones that you can immediately tell are way down at the other end of the tunnel the way you came.
Gotcha.
And they seem to be
All right,
fighting
so-
some of your compatriots down there.
I want to leave spiritual weapon here just in case something else comes down that other way. And then I'm going to move myself toward the fight over here.
Okay.
And then does any of the creatures look messed up more than the others? Like any visually more damaged?
The one that's the least messed up is this one that up on the shelf. That one doesn't look really touched at all. The other two look like they've taken some damage.
Okay. I'll target one of the two that have been damaged, and they need to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay, you just need to tell me whether or not you're going to be targeting the one on Toad or the one on the Great Shadow.
Gray Shadow.
19.
Okay, so that makes it safe. So, yeah, I got those two moved up, left spiritual weapon behind. I am done.
It is their turn.
Oh.
Toad and the Gray Shadow are totally missed by all three of these creatures.
Ooh, good
Phew.
news.
Eldred once again fires off a firebolt next to your head there, Reed. Feels really warm, like by your eyebrows, and you even hear a little sizzle. And
You're
just seems
tall. Aim over my head.
firing down at these things, and seems to miss.
Mother.
Toad connects and also kind of is able to disengage and step back, and he's back alongside you there, Reed.
Does he look really, really hurt?
He looks pretty badly hurt, yeah. We're going to say that the Gray Shadow also steps back. Gaius is right behind you, and these two things kind of turn and just kind of hold their ground. And I think that'll be the perfect place for us to call it an evening.
Very good.
Okay?
Very good. Yes.
So, thank you everyone for joining us this evening. It is, I appreciate everyone who came around and joined us here on New Year's Day. We hope all of you had a happy New Year's Eve. And we will see you next Sunday at our regularly scheduled time. Same Grognard time, same Grognard channel. And as always, in this new year, as always, please be kind.